Good morning, friends. I'm going to be reading Chapter 3 from Junie B. Jones and the Yucky, Blucky Fruitcake. I have permission to read this from Lee and Low Books. Chapter 3, All About Carnivals. Mrs. took attendance. Attendance is when you say the word here. Only I didn't feel like saying it, so I just raised my hand very flimsy. Are you feeling all right, Junie B.? Mrs. asked. She's okay, said Lucille. She's just mad because I beat her at hopping. Yeah, only I already explained that to you, madame, I shouted at Lucille's face. Mrs. clapped her loud hands at me. Junie B. Jones, that will be enough of that, she said. I put my head on the table again. This day is a bummer, I whispered to just myself. Mrs. stood up at her desk. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? I would like to talk to you about a special night coming up at school on Friday. It's called Carnival Night. Does anyone know what a carnival is? I do, said Jim. A carnival is like what they have at the state fair every year. There's lots of rides there, like the Ferris wheel and the tilt-a-whirl and the bumper cars. And there's cotton candy that rots your teeth out by eating big black holes in your protective tooth enamel, said a boy named Ricardo. Ricardo's mother is a dentist, I think. After that, a crybaby boy named William stood up very shy. And he said one time he rode the scary roller coaster and he didn't even cry that much, except for he accidentally threw up his chili dog. Then Polly Ann Puffer told us all about the carnival food that he threw up too, like a candy apple and caramel popcorn and a rubber band. Except for that is not food, that is office supplies, I think. I raised my hand. Carnivals are rip-offs, I said, because one time my daddy kept on trying to knock over 3 bottles with a ball, but even when he hit them, they wouldn't fall down. So he and Mother had to call the cops, and also eyewitness news at 6 and 10. Yeah, only that is not a laughing matter, I told her. She stopped smiling. No, of course it isn't, she said. But I promise that our carnival night, nothing like that will happen. All the games are going to be run by the parents and teachers, and there will be hundreds of prizes to win. I sat up a little bit straighter. Hundreds, I said? Hundreds, she said. Yeah, only I don't even know how to win them, I said. And so Mrs. got out a piece of paper that told us all about the carnival games. Well, let's see, she said. It says there will be a fishing booth, a penny toss, a moonwalk tent, a putting green, clothespins in a bottle, a basketball chute, a ring toss, and a booth where you can throw wet sponges at our principal's face. Just then, room 9 started laughing very much, because throwing sponges at principal is a dream come true, that's why. Mrs. kept on reading. It also says that Mrs. Hall, the art teacher, will be painting faces in the art room. And in our very own room 9, there is going to be a cakewalk. I jumped right out of my chair. Hey, guess what? Walking on cake is the funnest thing I love. Because one time at a picnic, I stepped on my grandpa's little Debbie snack cake with bare feet, and creamy filling was very squishing between my toes. Goonie, shouted that Jim. You're a goony bird. You don't walk on cake. A cakewalk is a game where you win a cake, right, teacher, right? Mrs. made squinty eyes at him. Yes, Jim, but we do not call people goony birds. Calling people names is rude. Plus, if you want to make a comment, I would appreciate it if you would politely raise your hand. Like me, right, Mrs., I hollered, because I raised my hand very polite when I told you that carnivals are rip-offs. Remember that? Then a lot of other kids shouted they were very polite, too. So I had to stand up on my chair so Mrs. could hear me. Yeah, only they can't be as polite as me, right, Mrs.? Because I said it first, right? Then Mrs. rubbed her head for a very long time, and also she took some aspirin. So there's Junie B. standing on the chair, yelling that she's polite. And there's Mrs. rubbing her head, saying she has a headache. So that was Chapter 3. I will be reading Chapter 4 tomorrow.